Hi everyone, it's Tara. I'm coming back with another video, and this time I'm going to talk about my heartbreaking Guerlain Mon Precieux Nectar purchase and the faulty bottle. So technically, they don't make these anymore. They discontinued it. But what happened was I bought this B bottle. And I had it sent to my work. This is where I'm at now, after hours, of course. And I took it out and I put on this atomizer thing, not knowing that was the worst thing I could possibly do for this perfume. What happened was then I misplaced, or something happened to the box with the stopper, and I don't know where it is. And now I'm left with this terrible stopper. So every time you try to use the stopper, the thing pops out. It's loose. So because of that, a huge portion, like half of this usage, is actually not real usage. This is from slow leaking of this perfume into my office. So my office smells divine, but I'm out this much product. So if you ever get this type of bottle, the B bottle, never ever throw away the stopper. Always just use the stopper, because the stopper is much tighter than this, because you can squeeze it in. This thing, it's loose. So no matter how far you push it, it's always super loose. And if you try to use the pump, because you don't, how else are you going to use it if you don't have the stopper? You just have to touch the outside or the sides of the pump. The pump doesn't even work. This thing, I squeezed it like 10 times. It didn't work. But the more I squeezed, the more crooked this thing got up top. And this is like a really delicious, amazing perfume too. It was really expensive. It's not something that you want to be evaporated. You know what I mean? So now I'm going to have to buy like a spray bottle and decant it into the spray bottle, which probably means I'll lose even more product during the transition. But anything is better than keeping it in this bottle. You know what I mean? It's such a shame, because this is so beautiful. You know what? I'm going to Guerlain in Paris late this year, so maybe I can see if I can get like a stick, you know what I mean? Like a stopper bottle or something like that. Maybe they have one handy that I can just buy, like a replacement part or something, because this is just like intolerable. This is actually a discontinued perfume, so if this goes, I'm not going to be able to replace it easily. And I mean, if I was to get this from someone else, I would probably have to pay like on top of it, like hundreds of dollars or something. And I like it, but it's not worth hundreds of dollars. That many hundreds of dollars. It is a couple of $100, I think. But yeah, this is like super nice. This is like a very light, not sickening honey with orange blossom and some florals, nice and powdery, vanillic background. It's really nice. It's got the Guerlain, like Guerlainade, as they say, with a bunch of like a little bit of citrus, orange blossom. So rich. It's rich and delicate at the same time. This is like one of the few honeys that's not actually really sickening. It's kind of like a citric honey. It's not like the Indo-like honey that's like sickening, like I said. This is supposed to be kind of like a wedding scent. You know, a lot of people associate like orange blossom and honey with weddings, and it has that really bright, sunshiny day garden type feel to it, and even the juice is really like bright and sunshiny. It is somewhat related to the Le plus beau jour ma vie, the most beautiful day of my life. That is actually the true wedding scent, because that has candied, what do you call it? Candied almonds in it, called those are what people used to, associate with weddings, because that's what people gave as favors. But this is also a stunning one too. This is not as gourmand as that other one. That other one can be pretty sweet, actually. That one's a true gourmand because it has that actual sugary almond note, whereas this doesn't. This is just like honey and slightly powdery vanilla and orange. I really wish they had kept this scent, but who knows? I mean, they're always cutting the good stuff out. Another thing that I have, let me show you this. Yes, another one of my precious discontinued Guerlain is this. So the bottle looks like it's for Eau de Parfum de 68, and this is like a discontinued Eau de Parfum from Guerlain, and I bought this on eBay from. It's supposed to be a tester, but I read the description on fragrantica.com, and I'm wondering if it might be fake, because it's quite citrusy and a little bit fruity. It's a little bit powdery. It's green. It has green notes. So this is like a beautiful kind of slightly powdery green type of perfume. But I'm thinking that it might be actually a really good fake, because I bought it as a tester, and also it doesn't really have the same, it doesn't really match the notes. Like, it's not as dark and as I think. It actually matches the note for Cologne de 68, and that's like that's like the cologne of this, but it has like lime and green notes and stuff like that. So yeah, that's kind of like an interesting discovery. But no matter what it is, even if it's a fake, I still really love this. I just put this on today and it's like amazing. So if anybody knows or has any of this, this is like really precious. Like, I've seen bottles of this and I don't even know if they're real, if they're selling for like $500 something online. So yeah, this is like one of my prized possessions, even though it may still be fake. Even the fake is good, you know what I mean? So I forgive it, and I'll still like wear it. This is like really outstanding. I really like it because the bottle is really cool. I think this is the facade of the building that in Paris, where they first started out, 68 maybe, not sure. So another thing that I found, and these are all things that I've been finding at my work that I really like, is this. So I'm hoping that I can go to the store, or they might sell more of these online. I mean, more of these in Paris when I get there at the end of the year. And this is called Les Senteurs Gourmandes. There's another, and the person's name is like Laurence Dumont. I think this is the brand name and this is the line. So this is like a gourmand line. Maybe he has like a floral line or some other lines. So I really love this. Everybody else has like the Madeleines or some cake or something like the heavy gourmands. But I have this. Nobody ever talks about this, but I think it's pretty cool. This is like a lovely plum. They say prune, so I think prune is plum and not prunes like American prunes. This is like it's a simple but yet lovely plum and jasmine, like airy jasmine, not stinky jasmine, not complicated monster jasmine. But yeah, the light innocent jasmine and a powdery kind of vanilla. This is so innocent smelling. This smells like, you know, like a nursery or like babies, you know what I mean? Like French babies. This is what I imagine French babies would smell like. Like an innocent, plummy, clean jasmine with powdery vanilla. And this is really nice. This is last a long, long time, even just one spray. This is like a rich kind of a plum. It's not your like too sour plum. It's not your too sweet plum. It's just right. And it leaves like a nice scented cloud on your skin. It's really nice. If you get a chance to, if you like fruity vanillas, but you don't like them too like heavy, like a lot of vanilla type scents or like gourmand scents that don't do it for me are heavier notes like maple syrup. You know, that, what is that? Is it ambrette or something like that? Something has like a maple syrup note that sounds like ambrette or something like that. That thing, I can't do it. And then chestnut, I really can't do it. I mean, I want to like it. I like to eat chestnut. I personally like chestnut flavored stuff, and I've had glazed marron, a marron glacé, which is like candied chestnuts before, and I like them. I don't mind eating sweet stuff. I just don't like smelling it too sweet, I think. So this is like a really beautiful gourmand that not a lot of people have. It also doesn't have, it doesn't turn weird. It's very straightforward. I mean, it does get a little less fruity, and it doesn't rise high above your skin, so it doesn't like project really harshly or anything. This is like the softest, like loveliest little fruity vanilla. I much prefer this type of like gourmands to those really syrupy. Like this is not, it is kind of syrupy slightly, but it doesn't go beyond a certain point. You know what I mean? This is like the one thing I like about most French stuff is they don't generally go beyond like good taste. You know what I mean? If it's sweet, it doesn't go beyond a certain sweetness. I noticed this is like this the case with a lot of their perfumes, and it's also the case for a lot of the pastries that they have. I noticed that a lot of the pastries, even though they look like they might be super sugary, they're not. They always kind of balance it out with some other type of, you know, something else like salt or butter or whatever. So I find that the French have really good balance in this perfumes, wine, cheese, pastries, chocolates.